here, Nair is the one that didn't go to the USA. But Javi was one of those who did go to the USA, but he didn't quite get the same results as everyone else. So now he's trying to climb up the ranks back to these two, those being Skyjay and Cloudy, and get those results back.
Chak too, he was over there reaping some of the earnings in the States. Those tournaments are, and let me tell you, it's not easy. SoCal has insane potential, insane players. Much like Tijuana feels, there's a lot of, even the low level or the O2ers, their level is really good. The same thing kind of happens in SoCal. Like, even the low ones are really strong. So that really helped Skyjay and Chag and all of these big bosses as well just solidify themselves as just placeholders of the region over there, and of course over here in Mexico was even more.
Oh, absolutely. I think that Mexico City, I was looking at the bracket, and winners round 2 of this tournament was looking as good as some regionals in other regions. I mean, besides Mexico City, these guys are super good. The names they all have the skill. As I mentioned that Javi loses his first stock, so remember, in winner's side, Skyjay defeated Javi 3-0, but I think it was last Thursday, Skyjay and Javi played in the grand finals of the Secret Society by Warlock Fighters, and Javi won, so these two are trading sets as well.
All right, and exactly, you're seeing that just how good, but it's Skyjay. Skyjay is really the one setting up the tempo, right? Setting up the speed of the dance, of the waltz. They're dancing at this point. However, Javi's really up in there, on your face, as any Roy should be at any point in time. But look at him trying to get something started. Did he get the gift? No, he's still gonna recover. No cheese from Skyjay, but those grabs are still going to give, or command grabs rather, are still going to give Skyjay an insane advantageous position every single time Javi is unprepared to be just ready to jump away from them, because what else can you do?
I mean, that's a training Skyjay has, really. He knows that he is not going to beat you by approaching, let's say. He has to wait for you to position yourself so he can feed his side B and stuff. And of course, in close quarters combat, he has all of these burst options with the lariat and then with the neutral air. He can get you off of him real quick. And so you have to be wary of it. I think Javi is. That's why he started to play the long game, and there we go. It's paying off.
Yeah, you make a mistake like that, or at least overcommitment, and you're gonna get punished, especially by Roy, just how fast he is, just how strong he is as well. But be careful, because Skyjay is a master at getting this 2 frames every single time he gets and converts out of him. So it's at least fortunate for Javi that it didn't happen, at least to a big degree. But now it's an opportunity for both of them, since they're fighting for control of the middle opportunity, middle position of the stage. But look at him go, letting it rip with the forward smash. Is he going to get the edge cartoon? Please tell me he's going to survive a little longer.
Yes, he will live to see another neutral exchange, but this is looking grim. Skyjay started so much better than he is doing now, but like I said, you still have to be wary. There we go. Those are the burst options he needs. Still not a kill, but this is looking so much closer now. It's a matter of who has the momentum, and Skyjay rode that all the way to the bank.
And just by a little margin, he was actually just very, very close to the edge of that command grab. Yes. Esas garritas, the claws just barely reaching and gripping onto Javi as he tried his best to avoid that situation. Fortunately for him, Skyjay knows those ranges, and he rarely gets punished by those side Bs that are usually, you would like to argue that very punishable. He's ready. He knows when to do them, and when they could allow him to get situations like this and just reverse any situation in his favor.
Great going. I mean, like I said, it's all about the awareness. And yes, what you say about reversing situations, that's the result of so many years of dedicating yourself to a character. So many players are like, no, dude, don't dedicate yourself to this guy. I mean, you need to main more than one character, but I mean, Skyjay's making it work, at least here in Mexico, and he made it work in the USA to an extent as well. He missed those top 8s, but I think with enough practice, he can make it work. And look at this, not a secret to death, but it was a pretty good stock.
Yeah, an insane gimp extremely early, and he's still trying to assert dominance, but now it is Javi who's putting out the binding blade to work. The fire gets stopped by that same fire that boosts Incineroar as he gets angrier. But look at him go all the way to the right side, and he's trying to challenge these situations. I got a counter of my own. What are you going to do if you find yourself bound by this legendary fire blade as he tries to recover once again, parrying the last hit that could have broken the shield? Javi está loco right now.
Pretty much, well, it's not like you can't learn the timing for that, but a lot of people are pretty scared to, exactly, to just release the trigger. It's pretty risky as well. I mean, parrying in Ultimate in general might not give you the best of the rewards. It does give you 3 frames, but how many moves do you actually punish with that? I mean, there are some impossible to punish moves, so you have to really test your skills with that. And so, well, I haven't seen Skyjay parry that much. Of course, he has a revenge, so why parry when you have something that gives you so much more reward? But no parry or revenge this time around. It's a whiff punish after the Delaria, then that's the stock.
They're going insanely even at every single turning point. He tries to get the Gimp once again. The counter goes out. He still manages to recover, but the weird stage spike allows Skyjay to put extra pressure as Javi tries to recover. Still fighting for that middle stage control. Gets him once again with the last ending bit of the command grab as we've seen so far. We're back to the last stock once again for each of the competitors, only 2 minutes into the game. This is absolutely ridiculous how fast they're trading stocks in games.
And remember that these also, well, these two also have gotten really far ahead at times, and then it's looking super even. Like Skyjay, how did he start the game? He was so far ahead, and Javi immediately closed it out. There is not a time when you can actually say, oh yeah, he's gonna ride this momentum and take the game. Skyjay can still make this one back if he wanted to, but Javi is looking quite strong. This might be it if he commits. He didn't.
No, he has to be respectful still. Gets the Darkest Lariat from behind. Still no Gimp, but he's going for those, trying to get the revenge rather, but still not happening. This is absolutely even. If Skyjay gets his claws onto his opponent, he's gonna get the stock, but Javi needs the sweet spot and goes for the chase down all the way down on the right side of the stage. He goes out just to punish as Skyjay tries to recover. I love to see just how aggressive they can be, but also very accurate and precise when it comes to landing those finishing blows.
And so Javi is living. I mean, I love to see it when... I love it when people go to Game 5 in general, but these two in particular, like I told you, have such a recent history of sets that every game is kind of mixing together, but at the same time, when you get this... when you get going and you have a streak of wins, I think they're really starting to feel themselves, and now it's the opposite. They're stopping each other, so that tells me that their adaptation game is super great. The fact that, like I told you, nobody really gets that far ahead before the other catches up.
Also, we need to keep in mind that Javi is coming from an insane Game 5 situation with Nair, so he might be a little exhausted, or maybe, whoa, what a beautiful display of juggles. They're never ending at this point. Javi is doing an insane work at keeping Skyjay in the air, which is something that he really doesn't want to do. No, Skyjay, ¿por qué haces eso?
He just did it, okay? He does it for the people. He wants to win, but he wants to win.
Pero no así. Not like that. But still, Skyjay knows what to do and how to do it. And it's unfortunate because Javi was having such an amazing time just juggling Skyjay around. I'm not the one playing, right? But maybe they're having a lot of fun because of how dynamic the matches are. Or I don't know, maybe they're suffering. Who knows? But Javi has had a tough match from the set prior, so I don't know, maybe he's on fire, or maybe he's just reaching that point of where, hey, it's exhausting to me.
No, absolutely. I mean, playing against such a heavy hitter, grapplers in general in fighting games, I think a lot of people just don't like doing so. It's a very formulaic matchup, yes, but it's a formulaic matchup where if you miss a spot, if you miss a single element, you're going to eat a lot of damage or you might die. So it's the same here. After all, Incineroar can't really move around. Javi, with Roy, he can do that, but it's also a risk to go in and commit instead. You really have to wait, and Skyjay is super trained not to pull the trigger sometimes.
That's true. And even when it does matter, when he does need to pull that trigger, no, the double revenge. This is extremely dangerous. You don't want to get caught in any of Incineroar's moves as he is burning with fire, burning with passion. The dash attack is going to be it. But listen, Javi's just one hit away, at least with a sweet spot. If it does connect to taking the stock back, this is a great opportunity for him to bring it back, and a great opportunity in return for Skyjay to solidify the lead that he has, but he finds himself against the forward air of Javi. See,
a classic. I mean, like I told you, whoa, it's how Skyjay constantly going for those on Javi, never gets the stump though, and look at how much percent he had because of that. Like I told you, committing means winning big or losing big.
Right.
For Skyjay in particular, I think that's super true. And so Javi feeling himself now, he can really start pushing. Oh dear lord, the double spaghetti.
Yeah, like they know that their opponent is going to go aggressive, so they both go for preemptive spot dashes that both work, but they didn't find any opportunity to punish. Right now, I love how they're using that, which is to be expected, right? Using that middle platform to kind of circle around it, to be repositioning themselves, which is extremely important. But in this case specifically, they're using it to add to their aggression rather than using it as a defensive option. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And it's something that you can only see with these kinds of matchups that are really, really aggressive. Javi saving his jumps, knowing that Skyjay is no joke when it comes to gimping. Oh, he's still alive.
Yeah, doesn't quite get the stage spike. Oh, and that's gonna do it. He hits with the health, and so 2-1. Javi actually getting a streak here. Two games in a row. Skyjay took the first one, and even that game was quite contested. I would like people to tell me how the first set between these two went, because Skyjay won 3-0, but those numbers don't really tell the whole story, so they could have been really even games in general, even though it ended 3-0.
Yeah, it's what we mentioned so far. Just how both of them are being extremely effective at what they do. They're still picking for the smaller stage because that's their preferred playstyle, you know? The aggression, being on your face at all times, and picking Smashville, which is the smallest, or rather the shortest stage in terms of length, or horizontal length, rather. It's really important to allow this playstyle to thrive. So that's why they're just exchanging blows at this point, and it's just working out. It's just part of their game plan, and they know how to do it well. Look at him! No, look at him! Just that's kind of janky too. You have to agree. He hit him with a jab from under the stage. That's a little janky.
Yeah, what even are hitboxes, but it was really smart from Javi too. Like, he knows how to use the jank to his advantage, and so I don't think Skyjay was ready to deal with that, and now he has to be very, very careful with his new recovery routes, because Javi is going to be spamming the jab, and he can get these confirms as well. That's the jab to back her once again, and Javi is just one stock away from reaching grand finals and finding Cloudy.
Yeah, Skyjay really needs to turn those cochinas, really needs to turn those nasty games right now, but he's getting juggled, he's getting fumbled, he's getting tossed around like a ball, like a toy right now, and Javi takes a phenomenal, absolutely astronomical 3-0 in this final game. Javi on a roll ever since he beat Nair in the previous set, and after adapting after a couple of games with Skyjay, it took an incredible 3-0, and I'm sure Colt over there is absolutely ecstatic.
3-1 in games, but 3 stocks. So in that last one. So yeah, that's what's really special here. The fact that he also only took 68%. That wasn't even super close in terms of percents. It was so one-sided. Like, it's very, very uncommon to see that happen. If it does happen, it usually does happen in Game 5, to be honest. I mean, I'm not surprised it happened here specifically. It could have happened in Game 1 or Game 5.